welcome back. Appreciate you coming in. Today we're going to talk a little bit about this Gordy Carbine. You guys may have seen stuff previously posted where I had a much longer barrel. It was 14.5 and it was all black. But we went and we got the barrel cut and threaded, and I'm going to go over that with you just a little bit here, since we have to do things a little bit, you know, incognito. I'm just going to put this out of line of sight so I don't have to try and chop this video up. Make sure that we're in compliance with YouTube's standards. But as I was saying, originally I had a 14.5-inch barrel, so you can see with the unpainted portion we cut this back, and there's about 3 inches, 3.25 inches, and the upper came from a Bushmaster. That was a band era Bushmaster, and the lower is a post sample DS Arms lower that we have. So you can see not too much of a difference as far as barrel length, but you can might be able to catch it on there where you can see the B and then 5.5 for Bushmaster 5.56. There's some things that are definitely not right on this. Obviously, we did a OPS Inc style can out of a Maglite, so nowhere near Allen Engineering, but you can see a Maglite rechargeable tube. And then Muted Machine is the company that made the slip over the barrel adapter, and for my purpose I didn't want anything that needed an indexing collar and it was going to stay on this firearm so it could thread on and thread off, and I didn't need the A2 flash hider or any of all the other items that go with the crush washer, and reasons that people go that route. That's cool for them. For this purpose, we just repurposed a Maglite with some freeze plugs and conduit spacers, believe it or not, and fabricated this. There is still volume. The adapter comes to about 3 inches inside of here, like I said, but there's volume, just like the OPS Inc style, that can come back in here and fill up, and it was cool. So we went and we got that barrel cut down, and then fabricated everything else, and it was a good experience overall. ARs really aren't that difficult to work on. If you have someone in your area that's got the tooling and you've got the budget, buy a parts kit and a lower receiver and make them, because it's a good time. It's a lot of fun. Couple of things with this that are correct either is originally they had an arms carry handle mount, and I just grabbed some carry handle mount that was a little too long, and I actually cut it off. I didn't like the big protrusion out there. I did have an Aimpoint mount, original style, that was hanging around from another optic that I had, and I mounted that on. However, there comes the laugh. The laugh becomes because I didn't want to run out and go get an Aimpoint Pro or anything, and I grabbed something out of a parts bin. And so this is a Chinesium knockoff Aimpoint. Does it work? Yes. Is it the real thing? No. But it is what it is. Also, I did paint it myself, and honestly, it was a budget paint job. We just took blue painter's tape, and I actually went down here on the front sight post. Hopefully you can catch that line, and I covered the whole front sight post. And on the rear, what we did is ran out the rear sight, taped everything off, and painted it that way. I used just some Krylon brand and gave it a nice base coat in a light beige tan, and came in with the green. And looking at some of the Blackhawk Down Gordy Carbine photos for reference, so threw some stripes on here. It was still not quite to my liking, in the sense that it looked very just rugged and striped, and so came back a little bit and just hit small little bursts of green, and that's where you'll probably see the speckling and smattering of green that's on here. But I also thought it looked really fresh when I had done it, and while the paint was not quite cured, I just started gripping everything and then rubbing surfaces to try and get a little bit of that worn in look. As you can hear with this stock, it's actually one of the aluminum. It's not one of the original Colts, but it's not the plastic style, so we used an aluminum one. And let me open this yet again. But we're gonna go ahead and do a few rounds for you here. I'm gonna do a couple just to test fire to see how it fires without the suppressor, giving the extra back pressure with the new barrel length. And then we'll throw the suppressor on and give it a shot that way. Be patient with me while I have to conceal what I'm doing here, but we're gonna try this and check this out with the new GoPro setup. Here we go. No issues at all. Ran just fine. You guys saw it. That's why I like to also do these one take videos, because you can just see everything happening on one take. I did see out of my peripheral vision there that there was some flame throwing going on. Let me just finish what we got to do off screen here and get this Maglite OPS Inc style suppressor reattached. And I'll also show you what I'm working with. I reached in and grabbed some old surplus 55 grain stuff. I didn't use my M855, and so we're just running old head stamps and 55 grain, just banger ammo. But let's get this going again, and now with the suppressor on. I like it. The recoil impulse isn't bad at all, and I can definitely tell that there's sound suppression. It did warm up and loosen a little bit, so there's a lot of stuff going on. We're just gonna finish the rest of this and send me. Interesting. That's new. Let's check. See if there's something going on. No, should not be. So that's interesting. Should not be malfunctioning in the way that it is. Oh, you know what I did not check prior to coming, which is ironic. No, it's got all the right components. It's fully semi, so let's try it again. Interesting. That is a first. So, I know it sounds funny, but I'm just sitting here wiggling some of the internals, hoping that maybe it was just a little much on the Krylon, because it really doesn't make sense for it to not be running right now. Interesting. Huh. All right. Give it a shot. What is going on? Oh my. That is odd. That's very odd. Well, if nothing else, back to the drawing board, and I hope you enjoyed it so far. No full semi today, not with this thing, but when I get it running, I will post a short of it going in fully semi for you guys to see, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day.